We're at the precise spot where Colonel Gaddafi was found. This is the drainway underneath the highway here that you can see is now daubed with graffiti. He entered, we believe, from this end and was recovered from the other end, we think. But what is now slightly more critical is what happened to him after he was brought out of this drainway. The NTC has insisted that he was alive when they took him away, but injured. They said he had been shot in the arm, but was then subsequently hit in crossfire, hit in the head, and died from his injuries before they could get him to a hospital. Peter Bouckaert is with Human Rights Watch. You've been investigating this, Peter. What's your understanding of what happened to Colonel Gaddafi after he left this drainway right here?
Well, we have been investigating exactly what happened, and we know that he was taken from this drainway together with some other senior leader. His military chief, Abu Bakr Yunus, was actually dying just as they found him. But as soon as he was brought out to the road, enraged fighters started pulling on his hair, punching him in the face, and he was basically beset upon by a mob of fighters. They tried to put him on the front of one of their vehicles and drive him away. He fell off the vehicle, but ultimately he was put in the back of one of their vehicles and taken away. He definitely left from this area alive without any gunshot wounds to his head.
Is there any possibility that the car that took him away from here was involved in any kind of confrontational fighting or crossfire?
From what we understand, when he was found, the fighting had already ended. They were sweeping the area to try to recover bodies or to find remaining fighters. They were very surprised when they found Muammar Gaddafi here. But we do not think that he was caught in any crossfire. So there are some real questions to answer. Did Muammar Gaddafi die from the wounds he had already received, or did he receive a fatal head wound after he left this area?
Now, Reuters are reporting they've seen the body in Misrata and it has a gunshot wound to the head. If that is the case, what's your conclusion?
Well, certainly he did not have a fatal gunshot wound to the head when he left here. So that must have happened sometime after he was captured, after he was removed from the scene here. We also know that some of the other bodies who were found here were executed. The vast majority of the 95 or so bodies that we counted here, which remain here, were killed in crossfire during a very fierce battle. But we did find several people who had been executed with gunshots to their heads.
Do you think Gaddafi was executed?
We don't know right now, but that's exactly why Human Rights Watch is calling for an internationally supervised autopsy and an investigation. It is a blemish on the record of the new Libya that on the first day of freedom, Muammar Gaddafi died under very suspicious circumstances. He certainly should have faced trial for the crimes he committed against his own people, but there are serious questions about how he died.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much indeed for joining us. So, it's conflicting accounts, really, of exactly what happened here with Muammar Gaddafi. But one thing's for sure, this has now become a sort of instant photo opportunity for all of the fighters here. They're all desperate to have their picture taken here to write their name on this drainway. And I don't think there's much sympathy here among these fighters for Colonel Gaddafi. But as Peter Bouckaert said, there are some who think he should have faced trial, that this should have been a proper judicial process. He should have gone into custody and been held to account for his crimes during his 42-year reign.